Hey, and welcome to today. I am Holger Niels Pohl, and this is day number 9, December the 9th, 2021, in our Advent drawing event where we draw something, one small thing every day together. And Victor had the wish that we draw a turkey, which is served as a meal already. So I'm sorry for all the vegetarians here. Uh, Myself, I wouldn't eat a turkey too, but we can draw it still. It's kind of a tradition in a lot of countries in the world. So let's see that we draw that together. And you see, I'm starting with a pencil because it's a more of a complex drawing as well for me. So I would start with the plate to get the plate right to see how big we draw the whole thing. So I think that will be our plate. And then on the plate we have the turkey. So I would start kind of drawing more or less the shape of the main part of the body here. And I think that that's kind of the shape that we can use. And then it has like the legs, so we need to have the legs somewhere here. And they are like, it's important that we get those curves right. So it's a lot of like dynamic curves in a turkey. So with the legs here, you have these endings, don't even know how to call them properly. And we have the same most likely here at the other end, another kind of dynamic stroke that you need here with the curves to get that right. And so we have both of the legs finished already. Then we have the wings here. So they have these, they to have them look like these wings, they have to have a good like dynamic stroke to them too. So might be like perhaps something like this, I guess. And on the other end, so if we make it a bit flatter, like flattening up like this, we need to have it on the other side as well. So perhaps it's somehow looking like a bit smaller because it's in the background, and and then finishing it up like perhaps like this. It's not like, might not be perfect, and then it's flattened out here a bit, has perhaps even a bit thicker here like this, and just building it out a bit more, perhaps like this, and then the shape should go something like this, I guess. So that could be our shape, and the plate could be perhaps this size here, this one here. So let me get rid of some of the lines, so we don't mess up the final drawing. So I think that's good. We get rid of this one here and this a bit here. We don't want to have those drawings and lines. So that's roughly our kind of pre-drawing of our turkey here. And I see Victor is as well in the chat, so welcome here. Hopefully that suits you well. So you see, I did the pre-drawing with the pencil, and now I can continue drawing the final piece. So, and what I always try to do is when you see me doing the strokes, I always try to make them as dynamic as possible. So even if I don't hit them completely right, I think it's more important that we get these dynamic strokes. So that's a tricky one here. These dynamic strokes on the paper really makes a difference. If you can do that with a bit of practice, right? It makes a lot of difference. Might not be the perfect drawing what I create here. Let's see how this works out in the end. But I think it could work roughly in that way. So here I go a bit slower to hit the line in the right way, to add the plate. And this is our a bit like our kind of flat turkey as I see it right now, but I think that's fine. It should have this kind of, it's still hot, right? So it's has these kind of gesture lines to it, and then we can continue with some of the shading, so that really lets everything pop out a bit more in terms of the shape of the whole thing. So what I always do is I imagine the sun or the light coming from the left top part, and then I can draw the shadow on the right and underneath everything. That helps me shading everything in the proper way. So it's always the same in my drawings. If you saw my drawings before, it's always the same. And perhaps we even need some shade like shadow around the turkey here. So because it kind of lays on that plate give it a bit more of a 3D effect. So to clean that up a bit, we just take the eraser here again, this kind of art eraser, it's called an art eraser. I use it from Faber-Castell, this kind of company here. Like, I really like that Knetradierer art eraser, because you can take away all your pre-drawings from the pencil, so it gets cleaner again. And I think we can even take our orange, right? For a turkey, it kind of works. We can take orange to color in the whole piece, and you see I can just draw my strokes across the whole shape and therefore close everything by here like this. And here you are. We have our turkey. If you have that on your plate for your next holiday or whatever, at Christmas or whenever you eat that next time, or perhaps Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and feel free to comment more if you have wishes for what we draw next. Otherwise, I will find some nice things that we draw tomorrow again together. So thank you for joining today. Or if you watched the recording, thank you for doing this with me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I see you next time. Goodbye.